This is another odd addition for them.
Yeah, because Jason Culver walked as fast into that locker room as we've seen him. And I imagine there was some waxing going on. Holler got it inside and missed it. Rebound to Mangus, tripped away, foul called. 2 free throws coming up here for the Tigers. That's as good as they move the ball the first 12 minutes. New guy in there, Michael O'Toole, with the foul for Memorial, his first. And free throws coming up here for Mangus. Before the season is 66%, looking for his first point, and he's got it.
Well, that's how Warsaw can get back in this game also, is attack the basket, get some points from the foul line with the clock stopped.
One more coming up for the 6-foot sophomore, and it's good. So he gets them both, and it's 23-12. Still a long way to go here. And with the substitution pattern Jeff Player has to work with, because he's got some guys in there that he didn't have in the first half that are limited by quarters, we'll see how things work out. Pass in the post, bad pass. Holler dives for it, went out of bounds, it went off of Memorial. It's going to be Warsaw ball. I don't know that there was a lack of hustle in the first half by Warsaw, just a lack of execution and maybe a lack of focus. More than anything else.
That's probably the big thing. You can put a lot of hustle out there, but if it's not focused hustle, it can't hurt you.
Freeman in the backcourt. I saw Holler run in that direction. Now here's Nick Sands. Sands dribbles it right. Backdoor cut, wide and out of bounds. And Sands immediately wheels around and slaps his legs because he had Cody Freeman wide open.
Yeah, he did. And I just saw, he looked at Cody and says, that's on me.
Yeah.
That's on me. Yeah. Which is good. I mean, as a point guard, sometimes we both played point guard.
Oh, yeah.
You got to take some of that on yourself there, too.
On top, Bailey for Elkhart Memorial. The ball an 11-point lead. Out of the baseline, cut off. Now the Tigers recover nicely. Out to the wing for O'Toole. O'Toole between the circles for Rhodes. Now to Bailey. Clark wants in the post. He's got it against Long. They triple team him. Now Miller, a jump shot outside the lane, no good. And the rebound is grabbed, and there's going to be a foul against Elkhart Memorial. Jalen Rhodes will pick up his third here early in the third. And Warsaw's got the ball down by 11. Warsaw just has a better look to him already.
Yeah, that was a better attempt there by Jake Mangus on the block out to try and keep Rhodes out of the block area.
On the inbounds against pressure. Freeman lobs to midcourt to Sands, 2-on-2. Sands the block, forced it up, got fouled. The official from back down the court is the one who called it. The guy standing right next to it said nothing. And now the official's trying to figure out who to call a foul on. It's on Austin Miller. His first, and free throws now for Nick Sands, and Jeff Blair Memorial would like timeout. 4:47 left to play third quarter. It's Elkhart Memorial 23 and Warsaw 12 on the Zale Drug scoreboard. And we're back in 30 seconds on 102.7 The Fan.
Hi, John Brooks, Lakeside Chevrolet. Running out of time, 2000, but 2012
Well, Cruz gave him the basket. The basket didn't go in.
Hurry in. Also, don't forget, Saturday service, 8 a.m. till noon. Specials like lube oil filter and tire rotation for just $39.95.
Lakeside Chevrolet!
In Warsaw.
Local sports updates, weekday morning, 6 to 9 in afternoon. This is 102.7 The Fan. 102.7.
All right, well, we've seen this before. During the timeout, what you missed was the official came over and he's counting the basket, except the basket didn't go in.
I didn't see the basket go in.
Sands never got the ball anywhere near the rim. The ball did not go in. Is that really what they're doing? They've not put it up on the board yet, but they're about to, and they just did. Was there basket interference? Did we miss something there? Basket interference? Something. Wow, I told you these guys weren't very good. I didn't realize how right I was. Well, that changes everything. That's, instead of 2 free throws, it's a 3-point play for Warsaw. Jeff Laird put up minimal fight, but the ball, I'm telling you, the ball didn't go in the basket, folks. Wow, I don't have any idea. Now here's Bailey at the free throw line against Freeman. Ball poked away, got it back, out to Clark. Now Jeff Blair's fired up, and he should be, because that's horrible. That's a whistle and a drive in, and the shot is good, and they're going to count that basket. Well, there may be a little justice there. That shouldn't have counted either. Mangus with the foul, That's his third. Score the field goal for Bailey, who now has 8.
Well, there is that three-point line out there from the NBA. Maybe they got confused that we're playing the NBA game.
No, these two gentlemen just aren't ready for this level of basketball. Free throw up and good. Bailey's got 9. That gives him 2 out of 2 at the line, and it's 26-15. We're back where we were a minute ago. Freeman with the ball against full court pressure for the Tigers. Freeman at the line, hands back to Sands. No Cameron Hoskins tonight, out with a knee problem. He's out for at least a week. He might be ready for Plymouth. Holler left baseline to the hoop, block, got his own rebound, back up, fouled. And 2 free throws coming up. This will be a foul on O'Toole for Memorial. His second, and 2 free throws coming up here for the Tigers and Johnny Holler.
That was a good job there by Johnny, staying with that and trying to go back up with it when he caught that. And another job by Nick Sands of looking for that, what they call seeker in that push down.
Free throw up and good by Johnny. His first point tonight. He had just 3 against Northwood last Friday. Josh Wagaman checks in for the Tigers. Mangus comes out with those 3 fouls. Warsaw's been called for just that foul in the first half, or in the third quarter. Memorial's been called for 4 fouls. Holler shoots again, missed it, and McGuire with the rebound and a foul against Wagaman over the back.
Now, that's not a good thing when you come in your first time in the game, you get a foul right away because he was clearly blocked out on that.
But, sometimes it's just too tempting not to try to reach over the top. I wouldn't know what that's like because I've never been that tall. Certainly not taller than everybody else I'm playing against. Miller right sideline. Oh, what a screen by McGuire. An illegal screen to say the least, and then a foul against the Tigers on the rub-off. Holler with his second. And out of bounds to Memorial. Bailey will throw it in near sidelines, near midcourt. Gets it down the corner to Clark. Clark picks up his dribble against Long. He's got a real problem, and he finally hands off to Bailey. 3:45 left to go, third quarter. Memorial 26, Warsaw 16. Bailey off a high screen. Dribbling toward the left wing, bounces down to the post. O'Toole fakes on Wagaman, fakes again, off-balance shot, rimming, no, tip, no, grab by Sands for Warsaw. Sands in transition, off to the right, cuts the middle, pull up, 15-footer, book it. Nick Sands with 8 points. And Warsaw's to within 8 again. It's 26-18.
That was a nice job of Nick let that open up there before he took his dribble up into a shot.
Miller picked up his dribble. Out top for Bailey. Bailey looks inside, not much happening. Now to McGuire. McGuire off a screen comes Clark. Thought about the 3, but Freeman did a good job to get out on him. Now O'Toole to the baseline, double teamed out to Clark, falling away for 3, missed it, and a whistle, and a foul on Elkhart Memorial. A foul on the rebound called against Austin Miller, his second. And Warsaw, you get the feeling that they're about 2 good trips up the court here, Ray, from turning this thing back around their direction. Long to throw it in, lobs in for Freeman. Cutting up the middle of the court, Sands. Sands takes off, he's got 2 on 3, so a back away. Miller, however, follows him all the way out to the center circle. Sands dribbling right, throws it down to the corner for Freeman. Freeman looks inside, finds Wagaman. He tried to dribble inside, lost the ball, taken away by Bailey. 3 on 2 the other way. Bailey down the lane, a hop, a skip, and a jump, and a shot, no good. Tip, no. Tip by Bailey up and in.
There's what I'm talking about not blocking out, putting a body on somebody.
Long gets it into Freeman. Chargers by 10, 2.5 minutes left to play third quarter. Still 8.5 minutes of basketball left, so still plenty of time for Warsaw, but they've got to make a move soon. Freeman, right wing. Down to the baseline to Sands, turns and shoots from 15, no good. Rebound to Holler, powers back in, stripped away, traveling call.
He did. He slid back because he caught the ball behind the backboard, and he tried to get in his position there. I think he slid that foot.
So that'll give the ball back to Memorial. 2:10 left to play third period here at the Tiger Den. Great to have you with us wherever you're listening tonight. On 102.7 The Fan and 102.7thefan.com, as well as the app. And if you don't have the app yet, which we heard from some of the parents of the girls basketball team last night that they do not, you can download that free. It's 102.7 The Fan Warsaw. Shot from the left by Bailey, no good. Long alone for the rebound for Warsaw. Long in a hurry. Left side to Freeman. Down inside to Mangus. Double team. Spins anyway. Right-handed hook, no good. Tipped in the lane and grabbed out of there by Clark from Memorial. Headed on a counterattack. 2 on 3. Bailey peels off. Back to Clark. Top of the circle, O'Toole. Now bounces back to Bailey. 95 seconds left in the period. Memorial with a 10-point lead the ball. Miller bobbled it, tried to drive in on Sands, got cut off. Now O'Toole makes a head fake and traveled.
Yep.
Now to give the ball back to Warsaw.
Well, Warsaw's got to do with their defense. So they've got to get maybe some steals and get some easy baskets that way to try to get back into this right now, especially when you got 6-minute quarters.
Even when they've had transition opportunities, Memorial's been quicker.
They've hustled back.
And they've gotten back.
Yep.
And not allowed Warsaw to have any real flow on the attack. Freeman, right wing. Out for Long. Long back to right for Sands. Sands is double teamed for a moment. Out to Long, near side to Mangus. Mangus top of the circle for Long. Long looks, fakes, back to the right for Freeman. Freeman fakes the baseline, back out for Long. Back to the right side for Sands, down the baseline Freeman. Freeman is surrounded by black shirts, and he dribbled out and threw a blind pass, and he threw it right to Bailey for the Elkhart Memorial Crimson Chargers. Bailey runs it right down the middle of the lane, ran right into Long, whistle, and traveling is called.
I must say he didn't, but how did he see that?
I don't have any idea. He didn't. Timeout Warsaw. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here with 46 seconds left to play in our third quarter. Elkhart Memorial with a 28-18 lead over Warsaw. And we'll remind you that the Warsaw girls play Tuesday night in the opening round of the Concord Sectional. Game time is 6 o'clock at McEwen Gymnasium. Rob Redeker joins me for what we hope is a long week of basketball and a good week at that. 5:30 pregame show, 6 o'clock tip-off on 102.7 The Fan, 102.7thefan.com, and the 102.7 The Fan app. If the girls win on Friday, we know that they'll play Concord. If they win on Tuesday, they would play Friday against Concord. And then if they win Friday, they would advance on to the championship game on Saturday. Friday's game would be at 6, and the championship's at 7:30. And we'll have any games that Warsaw plays in on 102.7 The Fan. We should also tell you there will be no advance ticket sales for the girls sectional. You can buy not only individual session tickets for $6 at the door, but that first night you will also be able to buy the full season ticket, which is good for all 5 games of the tournament, for a total of $10, which is pretty good. It's $2 a game. Warsaw now facing a 1-3-1 half-court trap. Freeman right wing with it. He's trapped. Held on the ball too long and threw it away. He waited to be trapped and then threw it right in the arms of O'Toole for Memorial. You cannot let the trap come, because if you wait until they get there, it's too late. You're trapped. Now Clark off a high screen, runs it in, off to the right, jump shot in the air, no good by Murphy, who just checked in. Sands a long rebound. Sands running out, down the lane, all the way in, banked it up and missed it. Rebound, Holler back up, foul called. Holler shoots to O'Toole with his third for Memorial with 5 seconds left to play in the quarter.
Yeah, right now, Warsaw just can't even, they're having a hard time making a layup. Because that was a good steal there by Nick Sands. I don't know if he had the angle to get to normally, but he still should be able to score that.
Well, again, I give Memorial credit. They hustle back on defense. Holler's free throw rims in. Johnny with his second point. Sellers back in for Memorial with 5 seconds to go. The Chargers don't have a three-point shot this quarter after hitting 4 in the first half.
Yeah, they were 4 for 9 at halftime.
Holler for the second of his 2, and that one's good. So he's 3 out of 4. Warsaw within 8. And one last chance for Memorial. The inbounds to midcourt, caught there by Sellers, throws it across. A Bailey running three-pointer off the rim, no good. And through 3 quarters on the Zale Drunk scoreboard. Elkhart Memorial 28, Warsaw 20. We start the fourth in 60 seconds on 102.7 The Fan.
8%. Rebounding-wise, they've got it back up to even now. Both teams have 16. Turnovers get a little bit closer on that. Warsaw has 15. Memorial has 11. But still the difference is points off of turnovers. Memorial has 14. Warsaw just has 2 after 3 quarters.
And the Tigers will come out in a half-court trap. Miller, ball deflected. Picked up by Freddie Rhodes, who's in the game. Rhodes wears number 20 on the JV, and this is not new from, if you followed our broadcast, you know that we pay attention to this. Freddie Rhodes is going to be one of those guys from Mark Barnheiser's program that will play the 4th quarter of the JV and then start the varsity.
Yep.
It's a really interesting strategy. Held ball at the other end. Warsaw got a turnover, They got their stop, and now they have the ball down 28-20 here early in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, he's always done that with his sophomores.
No.
His belief is, if they get 5 quarters tonight, well, I'm going to give them 5 quarters.
He did that with Jerron Cooper. That's the first time we saw Jerron. Remember that?
Yeah,
Sands left corner. Whipped it inside to Holler. Double teamed. Surrounded. Across for a three-pointer by Swanson. No good. Rebound took a funny hop off the backboard and grabbed by Rhodes. Rhodes then dribbled behind his back off his own foot. A dive by Holler. Didn't get to it. Rhodes will settle things down in the front court. Rhodes off a high screen. Doug Ogle in his pregame interview describes Rhodes as a difference maker. He was suspended for the first part of the season and then injured his wrist and missed some time as well. Now Rhodes against Sands. In the corner, Clark throws it down there. Jump shot no good by Bailey. Rebound to Warsaw. Swanson with it. Here comes Long. Long, hands off to Sands. Sands takes in the lane, kicks it out. Swanson, three-pointer, no good. Rebound, tipped, and a whistle, and a foul's called on Warsaw. Swanson over the top, crashing in.
Yeah, he got his pick of 3 guys there. There's like one guy that blocked out. I think it was Sands, and then there was another Memorial kid, then there was Swanson in the back of that.
Here comes Jalen Rhodes into the game. Mitchell Sellers checks out. An Elkhart Memorial team at 5-10 and 0-5 in the Northern Lakes Conference is 4:45 away from beating the Warsaw Tigers on their home court.
And they have Northwood next week.
They do. Well, there's a travel they missed, and there's a bad pass taken away by Holler as they tried to feed the high post. So Warsaw's defense really has been pretty good since that stretch of 20 where Memorial ran off in the first and second quarters. Long near side to Swanson. Whipped it inside, good pass. Mangus lays it up and in.
Nice job there by Mangus of gathering himself and going up for that.
28-22. Memorial with the ball, now a 6-point lead. And a whistle, and traveling is called against Elkhart Memorial. Well, I didn't see that at all. I have no idea where he got that from. He jumped in the air, he passed the ball. I have to watch the film. Or maybe I just don't. Maybe we just assume that these guys just are that bad. 4 minutes left. Sands into the front court. And a whistle and a hand-checking foul called against Freddie Rhodes for Elkhart Memorial.
Well, that's one thing about when you got 1 quarter and you know you got 1 quarter, you can play very, very aggressive because you know you're...
Well, nothing to hold back for. At 17 fouls on Memorial now, so free throws for Warsaw. Sands at the free throw line. He's a 71% shooter. He is the team's best in that category. And he fires and he hits. That gives him 9. His average is 10. Another one would give him his 8th double-figure game of the year. He's got 7 of the team's 19 at the moment. And the second one is up and in. So he now has 10. A three-pointer, a three-point play, a field goal, and 2 free throws here in the fourth. And it's 28-24, and here come the Tigers. 4 minutes to go. Into the corner, Clark, a three-pointer is good. Clark answers from the deep left corner for 3, and it's back to a 7-point advantage for Memorial, 31-24. Sands in transition. Right side for Swanson. Into the post, Mangus deflected, got it back, forced it up, and couldn't get it. On the rebound to Clark for Elkhart Memorial. Big trip up the floor now for the Chargers. Left corner, Clark. Back out to the wing for Miller. At the foul line for Rhodes in the corner. Clark, another 3, no good. Long rebound to Long. Long whips a pass up the head, and Sands got tripped up accidentally by Clark. They were both going for the ball, and Sands was in the way, and I'm not 100% sure that Clark ever saw Sands.
Nope.
He just was going for the ball and ran right up the back of him. Holler in, Swanson out at 3:21 of the fourth. A.J. Gary back in for Memorial. 31-24 Chargers. Jason Culver still has 3 full timeouts left. Sands to shoot. First one's up and no good. Holler, though, the rebound. Holler surrounded, and he'll lob it back out, and Freeman will reload it. Right corner, Sands shoots a three-pointer, in and out. Holler again had a bat out of his hands, right to long, 17-footer, good. Timeout, Warsaw. It'll be a full because that's all they have left. 3:08 to play. It's 31-26 on the Zale Drug scoreboard. Memorial with the lead, and we're back at 60 seconds on 102.7 The Fan. Artistry and Golden North Webster's giving us a $250 necklace to give away for Valentine's Day, so you got to stop in there at the stoplight North Webster and register. We've got a new deal coming up tomorrow and a major announcement for programming coming up as well. I'll tell you in a minute because you're on the inside loop. Miller steps up in transition for three against the press, no good. The rebound is tipped out and grabbed, and we have a whistle and we have a stoppage. And we have Miller, who came down, I think, on one of the Tigers, and he's down in a heap. And Corey Branham is the trainer for Warsaw.
And
Amy Widger, the normal trainer for Elkhart Memorial, not here tonight.
Coach Blair's like going, and no contact, huh?
No. Let's see what they're checking. It's the right leg, we know that. Looks like they're checking the ankle. Jeff Blair will do double duty here. He'll come out to check on Austin Miller, and he'll also come out to double check on how that wasn't a foul.
A lot of times, what happens, they just come down on a foot, and you don't know that.
Well, if you're jumping forward, which he would have been, you can't ask the defender to be back far enough to let you land.
Yeah, because now these three-point shooters have got that act of kind of throwing out one leg to the side or the front, catching the defensive guy and trying to get that extra call in there. The Reggie Miller move, I think they call that.
Yes. They're going to help him up. He's going to try to put weight on it. It's not very successful. He tried.
Yeah.
He's still trying. But his coach and Corey Branham are going to help him to the side, and they might just go ahead and take him on back to the back room and have Corey take a little further look at him. He's really trying to put some weight on it, but he's going to slump into that chair. 2:54 left to go in the game. Memorial 31, Warsaw 26. Don't forget, in between games, academic recognition night here at Warsaw, which means all the kids that made the honor roll will be named. And that's a lot of them, so we will broadcast that for you live. Shot no good by Clark, tipped up and in by Jalen Rose from Memorial. That's his first two, and Warsaw's down 7 with 2.5 minutes left.
Well, there we go again. We give it up an offensive putback.
Long out on the right. Sands looks confused, now throws it to Freeman. Out to Sands. Sands, the foul line from Angus, out the long. Long out to Sands, breaks free, takes it to the elbow, shoots from there, and hits from there. Nick with 12. He had 18 against Northwood last Friday. 33-28. 2:10 left to go. Gary across the line. Picks up his dribble, lobs it, and Jeff Blair wants timeout. 2:06 left to play. It's a full timeout, so we'll take one, too. On the Zale Drug scoreboard, Elkhart Memorial 33, Warsaw 28. We're back in 30 seconds this time on 102.7 The Fan.
Hey, Riggin with Rocky. One thing I've learned in my years of playing basketball is that the team approach wins every time. At Rocky Pinnock, we take a team approach to helping you with your trust on the state question. My partners, Vern Landis and Stan Piccanu, have more than 75 years combined experience helping folks plan for their futures and the futures of their children. And they share that experience to get the best results for you. We just added a new attorney at the firm, Scott Royce, who's joining our team to help you with your critical estate planning needs. For an appointment to discuss your rights and responsibilities, call 267-6116. Rocky Pinnock, lawyers you can count on.
Dan Patrick is back in Warsaw, weekdays 9 to noon on Northern Indiana.
Roger Grossman, Ray Davis back at the Tiger Den. Everybody in Warsaw, everybody at Warsaw Community High School involved with Tiger sports. Everybody at the radio station wants to send out our heartfelt condolences to the Lavender family with the loss of Jay Lavender, who died on Wednesday at the age of 64. Of course, Jay was not only an attorney in this town for 3 decades, he also coached girls basketball at Lakeland Christian Academy.
Did a lot for that program.
Did a lot for Lakeland Christian Academy. Just a lot for that school, period. So, our thoughts and prayers with Joy and the family. They'll have a big ceremony, a big celebration of life tomorrow at the Gordon Center at Grace College. So that's a pretty big deal. Bailey for Memorial, under 2 minutes left. Warsaw down by 5. It's still very doable. Now Gary, double teamed out near midcourt, got rid of it to Clark. Clark out to the center circle to Bailey, right back Clark left wing. Back to Bailey. Bailey looks inside, trapped, and threw it out of bounds. Bailey had it slip out of his hands. He tried to push it forward anyway, And it went by his intended target, and don't look now, but the Tigers can get it down to 3 or 2 with a long one.
Yeah, and this is they've got time to try and get the ball inside the paint. They don't have to take the first 3 that's there.
Long walks it up. Right side to Freeman. Freeman back out to Peyton Long. Long fakes. One to go right, goes left instead of Mangus. Down to the baseline to Sands. Sands back to Mangus, around to Long. Now back to the near side, Sands. He's open, shooting for 3. Air ball. Rebound, Freeman right there in the right spot. He scores. Freeman with 9. 33-30. 1:09 left. And Jason Culver's team has life. Left corner to Clark. Out to Bailey. A minute left. Warsaw's only got 14 fouls. Keep that in the back of your mind if Warsaw has to foul. Gary against Freeman, and a bumping foul called on Cody. That's his first.
Yep, that's a good foul.
Yeah, you don't want to get stuck here with 20 seconds left in a bad spot and have to foul 3 times in a row. Too much time is going to run off on you.
Especially as quick as their guards are, we can have maybe a hard time doing that.
Warsaw led 5-0. Memorial scored the next 20. The Tigers have been trying to fight their way back into it ever since. Bailey into the front court, angles right against Mangus. Now bounces it down to the wing. Caught there by Rhodes. Out to Bailey, 45 seconds. Bailey, a whistle, and a foul on Jake Mangus. That's his 4th. And with 44 seconds left, Corey Branham gives Jeff Blair an explanation of what's going on with Austin Miller. Inbounds pass, stumbling down the lane is Rhodes, and a whistle and a foul. No, timeout is called by Elkhart Memorial. Timeout called. Did they hit a 3-pointer around that? Oh my goodness. It's a 30-second timeout with 39.8 left to play on the Zeldorf scoreboard. It's 33-30 Elkhart Memorial. Okay, you're up to 6 fouls now, Ray. How long do you wait to take this last one?
Well, you got time here where you can get to maybe the initial trap when the ball comes in, and see if you can maybe not foul there. See if you can steal the pass out of that trap to get maybe a shot there. But if not, then you got to foul.
Okay. I have Memorial. Are you keeping track of the timeouts? Yeah, then for 3 left.
1, 2 left.
2 left?
Yes, 2 left.
All right. So Memorial has 2 left. Warsaw I also have for 2 left.
Yes.
Okay. The possession here belongs to Elkhart Memorial. And they have the basketball up 33-30 with 39.8 left to go. Bailey to throw it in at the far end. Gets the ball, slaps it. Has a man wide open, it's Freddie Rhodes. And he's fouled by Nick Sands. Nick with his 3rd, 17 fouls on Warsaw, 37.7 left to go. And now Freddie Rhodes will shoot for Elkhart Memorial. It's a 1-on-1, so he has to make the first one. If he misses, Warsaw would have a chance to tie with a 3-pointer at the near end.
Well, the one thing in this situation you cannot let them get an offensive rebound if he misses.
Freddie Rhodes will start in the varsity for Mark Meinheiser. Shoots it up. He missed it. Rebound to Mangus for Warsaw, and the Tigers have a chance. Sands in transition. Spins the middle, 30 seconds left. They're giving him room out top. He had a chance to walk right up and shoot it, but did not. Long. Dribbles to right, 24 seconds. Now 23. Freeman threw it into traffic. Ball knocked back to him. Mangus in the corner for 3. Air ball. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Last touch by the Chargers. It'll belong to Warsaw, and Jason Culver wants timeout. Warsaw at 15 seconds run off the clock without taking a shot. Full timeout for Warsaw. We'll take one too. 16 seconds left. Memorial 33, Warsaw 30.
In preseason, if you're in this situation, you
know what's
so
going on.
There's no question.
All right. Well, let's see if Memorial fouls. Sands will throw it in. Mangus right corner, not along. Freeman around the horn. Sands fakes the 3. Was